Welcome to the World Huk Ju Sool Hapkido Association Black Belt Series. My name is Master Pedro Rodriguez, and in this video series we're going to cover the curriculum from 9th GUP through 1st degree Black Belt. The greatest goal that a student can obtain is the physical ability to defeat his master and the wisdom, knowledge, and respect to know that he must never try. Welcome to tape 2 of the Huk Ju Sool system. In this tape we're going to cover 7th GUP green and 6th GUP purple techniques. First 3 basic strikes for this level. Again, basic. We're going to take the attack side, strong side forward. We're going to go with eye gouge. You're going to come straight into the eyes like you were grabbing a big softball. So you're going to come in and go towards the eyes with an eye gouge as fast as you can. So you come in with an eye gouge, and you can grab and scratch through if you need to. So that's your first one, is coming straight out, eye gouge. Grabbing a big softball, coming straight out, fingertips are tight and stiff. That'll be the first one. Second one will be your tiger's mouth. You want to make sure as if you were reaching into a refrigerator to grab a can, if you turn your fingers out, you're going to be knocking stuff over. The opening has to be totally forward, so all the fingers are facing forward. The thumb and all 4 fingers are facing straight forward, and you're coming into the throat with your tiger's mouth. Straight in, straight in. And you can come in and also grab and use it as a pressure point, or just use it as a strike. So that's your tiger's mouth, fingers all forward, coming straight out. The last one, which is a little bit more difficult, is the ridge hand. You want to be sure when using this that you're covering, so it looks like a defensive move, and then you're going to bring the arm around and strike with this part of the hand. So it's tight, and you're hitting to either the side of the head, the jaw, or possibly even the brachial nerve area. So you're going to come around from here, cover, loop around with the ridge hand, hitting with this part here, and your fingers are out. Don't keep your hands straight. Your fingers are outward, and you're coming through, and you're striking. Keeping the shoulder up for protection, because your hand is way down here generating power. You want to make sure not to get hit. So you have, again, you have the eye gouge, tiger's mouth, hitting with the heel almost like a mule. So I'm engaged here, and someone comes from behind, and I can sense or feel that they're coming from behind. The toes are going to stay straight down, and I'm going to come straight in with the back kick. So I'm engaged. I see there's someone behind me. Toes come straight down, level out the balance, and throw out the back kick. So that's what that's for, and that's the use of that kick. So we're going to come through here and back kick. 1 and 2. So let's recap them again. We're going to go outside to inside crescent, inside to outside crescent, and the back kick. Toes are straight down. And those will be your first 3 kicks for this level. We're going to cover wrist escapes 9, 10, and 11, which are the necessary ones for green belt. Same side wrist escapes, or when you're being grabbed from the same side, cross side wrist escapes. All the previous ones have been unassisted, meaning I just escaped or released the technique without going into another technique or without striking. In other words, without a follow-up and unassisted. Now we're going to move up and use an assisted wrist escape for the reason of too much strength on his part. I didn't get it in time and I just need an assist with the other hand. Without striking him, I'm just assisting the escape. First one, I'm going to go into my modified and transitional back stance. I'm going to flick my hand towards me. The radial bone, thumb side, comes towards my ribs. The palm heel we just learned drops in. So my hands are doing this. This hand is coming in and this one is snapping down as I take my wrist. So I'm coming. Step forward. Let's cover the third one necessary for this belt rank. As I come back into my stance, I'm going to use a full grab as an assist. And it'll be in a slapping and grabbing motion. So I slap and grab. I do not let go. So it's slap, grab, and pull towards me. And I drop straight down. I came back. I've come forward. Now I'm just going to drop straight back. And I'm going to cover. Again, these all lead to something. These are transitional and building blocks. As I come in from this technique, there's the follow-up. There's the follow-up. So we're going to come in, drop straight down, and keep the grab. Here, here. Now I'm grabbing, so I can come in. If I needed to, even with one hand, I grab, spin around. I can do the lock with one hand. Just grab, spin my hand around. Continue here and torque him down. We're going to come back. 1, 2, and 3. On these next 4 Keban Sools are hand techniques. As the person comes in either with a straight strike or the grab, rather than come to the inside as we did earlier, we're going to come straight back with our wing block or our bang sao. So as I step back, there's my block or my deflection. I'm going to grab the top hand and strike from underneath. So it'll be here, twist and strike from underneath. 2, turn towards him, and strike. So the second one more time, turn towards him, strike behind the tricep tendon. On the third technique, I'll come back, I will grab, and as I grab, I'm just going to pull him towards me, assist behind him, and come straight in with a strike across either the chest. It all depends how far he's come through. I can come across the chest this way in this motion, or I can come straight across the throat and drop him straight back. So again, drop back into my wing block, grab. As I'm pulling him, even if I got resistance and he was tight, I'll pull myself towards him. I don't need to pull him towards me. I can always, if he's stiff here, I'll pull me towards him and just come straight across the throat. So I drop back, wing block, carry into the strike, and down he'll go. That'll be your third one. One last time. 1, 2, 3. So you're coming straight back off your wing block. On the fourth technique, as I drop back into my bong sao, and I pull here, on the last one I came in, either with or without the assist. If I need the assist, I'll push here. On this last one, I'll come in 1, 2. As I pull him in towards me, I want to use my entire body and work him around. I'm going to pull him towards me, and I'll use my body around to here. Again, let me be careful because of the mic. Is up, live hand through the step as I'm twisting around, bring it to here, and use it as a full takedown, all the way down. Notice here, this is where I want to be. It's mimicked. I want to have my elbow, if I'm out here, it's just a struggle for power. I want to have him here in my whole body, and I start pushing my elbow in towards his shoulder and dropping him straight down this way. This is how he's going to do it. I'll bend my body to come down with him. Straight through. 1, twist. Flow this around. Do not just keep a little bit of pressure as I'm releasing some pressure. There's still a little pressure here. I get to here. One more time. The pressure from here. This is still locked. Still locked. To here. Still locked. To here. There's the full lock as I get to here. And I'm walking around, assisting with this arm if necessary, bringing him to here. And there's where the full takedown is. And we'll do it one time with the takedown. Come in. And down he'll go. Slowly. Live hand. Hand up for protection. Grab from underneath. Grab the meaty part. Thumb is by the pinky. Start twisting. Walking underneath. Releasing some of the pressure. Keeping them locked. And you drop them straight down. That'll be the first one. On the second one, I'm going to catch between the thumb and the index finger, and I'm going to walk underneath with the cross-side leg. So I'll turn this here. I'll walk underneath with the cross-side leg as I'm grabbing here. 2, 3, and step underneath. And there goes that wrist. On the third one, I will go completely to the outside and on top. Hold here. Go for the pressure point. As he starts to go down, turn, come through and underneath and assist here. So as I turn here, I have him going straight down. I turn and assist. This is if the person is too strong and I feel I get to here and I don't have enough power, I'm going to reach through. Cup. And continue the torque. Turn this way. There's where the torque is continuing to. And I have this controlled so that he can't come in and elbow me. For him to come in and elbow me, he would have to break his own wrist. And I have him covered here, and that other hand is way on the other side. Again, we're assisting the previous technique. 1, go to the pressure point. Push. As he bends down, I take this straight underneath. Come through and start with the motion, walking him here. One last time. All the way to the outside. Use the pressure point, bring him straight down. Cover through. Hook into here and just use this assist. Fourth and final one for this belt rank. I'm going to come from underneath, bring the hand towards me. Underneath, bring my hand towards me. Thumb and put it on the back of his hand. I'm going to break the grip, release towards me, and remain on his wrist. Using the forearm and the bone, I'm going to come outside, not straight like I did with my hand, towards the outside and bring him down here. We're not going to go all the way down again. So in that fashion, slowly, there's never a release. Hand is straight, wide open. There's your first one. Show him your palm. Flick your hand. As you're flicking your hand back towards you, start that motion of dropping his fingers towards his bicep. As he's dropping his fingers towards his bicep, you're releasing and continue the pressure with the bone outside of his shoulder. Not way out, not towards him, just outside the shoulder so you can drop him straight down, bending your knees, elbows are in. That's the first one. On the second one, as I come through, once I release here, rather than go to here, or I start here and something goes wrong, now I'm going to stop and I'm going to have to grab the hand. So I will release, start, for whatever reason something goes wrong, or I start to slip, or his hand, rather than turning outside, starts turning inside. What I want to do is, as his hand turns inside, I'm going to grab with that same hand that I started using the bone. He starts turning down, I'm going to grab that hand. Step through and go into this lock. One more time. I start out, drop, I start to slip the hand. As the hand is slipping and going down, bring it right back to this hand. Stepping through. the hand that was grabbing the hand to come in and pull his elbow towards me and slam my hand through here, slamming his wrist into my elbow and my wrist into his elbow. If he straightens out the arm, it doesn't matter. I remain the same exact way. His wrist, my elbow, my wrist, his elbow. And then I just double up. Keep it locked. He still goes down. That'll be your final one. So we're going to move. 1. Here we go again, sorry, cross wrist. 1, 2, stepping through. Then we're going to go here. 1, 2, 3. Arm is bent, and I take him straight down. So I'm lifting my elbow, dropping my wrist for the third one, and the fourth one is, since we're already here, as he's up here, not all the way down, I don't get my elbow in close enough to his back and he straightens out his arm. I'm going to cross my hands in the same fashion so that I have both of my arms on his arm. I'm going to lift at his wrist so I make sure I get a lock, and both of my hands come in this motion towards my stomach. So I'm here, attempting here, he locks out, I go to here, and I bring him straight down, and then he'll bend. And those will be your 4 techniques for cross wrist grabs for this rank. Side wrist grabs, someone reaching across and grabbing your wrist and they're standing to your side. The possibility of this happening is maybe you're on a lunch line and here's the counter and you're rolling your tray before you get no longer on mine, lift his hand and go down on his wrist with my elbow. My elbow at his wrist level. Last time. Next wrist grab, same thing. He reaches across with the same grip. This time, as I pull myself closer towards him, he's pushing his hand and my hand towards me. Rather than pulling me towards him, and I need to get closer, he's pushing his hand and together. So in this motion, I will continue. I want to release completely. So I'll use what I used as a lock just to release and continue to pull his elbow at least underneath my arm. Either underneath or just on the other side. Thumb up, thumb down on the grip, and the grip is going to go here. Same thing, he's going to go downwards. Here, he pushes towards me, I release and I pull him all the way to here. I have the initial grabbing hand thumb up, this one comes thumb down underneath the support, I bring my elbow in towards me, that alone already has a lock, and then I lift on his arm and drop my body. And bend at the knees slightly. One more time. Grab, He comes towards me as I go to pull. I release, bring him towards me. Grabbed here, re-grab, drop him straight down. This will close our green belt curriculum, the 23 techniques necessary. Two, three, and four for this belt phase. Kicking category, covering the 4 kicks necessary for this belt level. Come on in here, Joe. We're going to use this as our reference point. I got in close, and he grabbed my wrist after I started throwing some punches, some elbows, and he wants to stop that from happening. Step over here a little bit. So he grabs on. And it doesn't have to be this big, but we'll just use it from here, and then we'll go back, and I'll have him doing without me holding on. So he's holding on to me. The first from the rear leg when he used the Muay Thai kick. They use the shin when they kick in Thai boxing. They do not use the foot. And they come down in a cutting motion. Rather than coming straight in, I want to lift the knee a little bit and come in a dropping down motion. Either with the rear leg, I can come in the same thing with the front leg. It can be done to the outside of the leg as he's holding on. Outside of the leg, I can come in from the back leg, inside of the leg, come with the front leg, inside, come with the front leg, outside, and I'm chopping down and through. That's your Muay Thai kick. Again, from this reference point of him holding on, we're going to use the Savat kick, which is a toe kick. And it can come in front of the calf, behind the shin bone right here. So using the toe and coming in, using the toe of the shoe. This kick is done with a shoe on. So we're going to switch here, over to here so you can see. I'm coming in with the toe, coming in with the toe, coming in with the toe. Just right in to the ribs, the leg, or the lower leg. That's your Savat kick. That's your second kick. So we have the Thai and the Savat kick. The next kick we're going to use is a stop kick. I'm going to use the entire foot. do releases with a needed assist, needing the other hand to help. Now we're going to go into releases with follow-ups. On these releases, whether they're with or without an assist, they go into a follow-up, meaning I needed not only to release the hold and get away, I needed to release and get away and couldn't. That's why I need to add a follow-up, because a release, the purpose for a release is just to get away, to release the technique or the hold and move on without any further damage or any further altercation or contact is what we're trying to achieve, and we can't. We use the assist, and then we use the assist with the follow-up so that we can get away without getting into a joint lock or a wrist technique. These are escapes. So regardless of how we get into it, we're looking to escape. It's not putting him into a hold. So Joe will come in on the first one. These are from the same side. Again, this wrist escape here. I'm going to assist with the first one and then use a follow-up. I'm going to go into my back stance momentarily. Use my palm heel, but go into the grab. Rather than just grab, I'm going to use the assist of the palm heel, the grab. I'm going to pull him in towards me, and I'm going to use that hand that I just released to strike into his body. So I'm going to be coming back and then forward and pulling him straight in. So it will work 1, 2, and get away, because I'm looking just to release. So I go palm heel, cover, strike. Release with the strike and the assist into a technique, knock the wind out of him, he moves on. One that we showed momentarily and didn't get into, this will be the second one. After I use the assist, I can use this assist if I'd like to. We'll go into this same one. As I come to here after the strike, move and continue. So again, I'm here. Tiger's mouth, bring this towards me. So it's just, there's the release, and I'm going through and underneath and getting rid of that hand. I'm not looking to lock, I'm not looking to control. Just like on this one, once I go to here and I strike, I'm not continuing a lock here. I did this, struck, sent him down. Here, I come towards me with the hand that's being grabbed. Tiger's mouth over the top, step through, and continue my escape and my release. Final one. This time, step over here. I'm going to go across his body to confuse him. This time, I'm going to use the release, which was the ridge hand release that we used earlier. The assisted release. I'm going to start to the outside just with my body. My foot will not move. I'll start to the outside, hook around. Then I'm going to come across his body with both hands in a push, and then go the opposite way. I'll come in, scoop around, and just push. At the shoulder. Don't push on his arm will flop around. I keep this up in case his arm is up, so it's not swinging back at me. If his arm just were to drop, I'll take both hands, give him a couple of steps of the push, turn and go the other way. Assisted release with a follow-up. 1, 2, 3, remove. And those will be 4 basic ones you can use as we're building up off of this, off of a basic, without an assist, with an assist, with an assist, and then a follow-up. Let's come. I come up, then I come down. A little bit more dynamic. Second one, I'm going to come across his body, cutting through here the first time, coming straight across his body. Same motion this way as opposed to here where we came earlier. I'm going to bring the hand again, catch it here, coming across. As I'm coming across with the cross, I'm going to step underneath, or I'm going to grab underneath as I'm stepping through. Okay? Like if I was going into a handshake, turn it and drop him straight down. These, again, the reason we're going, these are dynamic. I went from one technique to the next and something went wrong. That's why we need to make it more dynamic. I go here to attempt this, and he goes to turn and pull away. I need to keep this. I'm not going to fight with him. I'll come and reach through underneath. Go right to here, grab, spin. Slowly. Start across, reach underneath, feed it to here, and come right back down. Third technique, we're going to switch back and forth. Now I'm going to come out this way, and I'm going to start out, but I'm going to come underneath. So I'll swing his hand outward. I'm going to take my elbow to his elbow. Start outward, straighten him out, my elbow to his elbow. Step halfway through, hyperextend, slide it across to the other side, come up and over, and drop him straight down. One more time, slow. I'm going to start same way. In, switch. Because I'm going to grab here now. So there's the switch. I grab, I go for the elbow. That's what I straighten out. Step through, same side shoulder, not all the way. But the hand switch is where it's important because I got here and I lost power, so I need to switch hands to readjust, and I help, I assist. That's where we go with that because I got stuck. So I go here, I keep this bent. Let's turn around here. His elbow's bent, so I have him off balance. I sneak through, sliding underneath. Rather than drop him here, here's where the switch of hands comes in. Slide him down a little further, wrist to wrist, elbow to elbow. And I'll drop him straight down in this motion. Do it slow. This is the fifth and final technique for sixth gup on the wrist grabs. So he comes in, we've been switching back and forth. I'm going to come back out to this side. We've done this way, we've come this way. Now we're going to grab all the way out and around, and I want to twist his hand and continue the twist. I'm going to come in, everything's to the outside. I will continue twisting, continue twisting, continue twisting, drop him towards me, and he puts the brakes on. This is where the technique changes hands. As I pull to come here, one, all the way around. I come to pull here, okay, and he stiffens up on me and comes straight up. I'm going to let my hand, so start bending the arm, I'm going to let my hand the body, cross side. I'm going to use my palm up and then flip the palm over towards him and go right into a strike. So I'll flip my palm towards me, strike towards him. In between this and this, I'm going to put this palm up underneath here just to push into his face. So both hands, I'm doing this. To make sure, if he holds on too tight, if I push this up into him and he holds on, it's a wrist lock. So both hands are coming up and towards his face, just like we did the palm heel, where I tell you to push the heel into him. My palm up, strike into the eyes. In case he doesn't let go, if you notice, this is the finger jab coming straight in. So we're using those same earlier techniques. Palm towards me, let go. There's where I'm going. Again, let go. There's where I'm going. So between here, I want to make sure I do that to get that hand off of me, and both hands are coming in towards him. Palm towards me, palm heel up, and I go up and in towards his eyes. That's how I get away from this one here, rather than getting into a lock. Next one, we can go into a lock. Turn my palm up towards him. Then I'm going to do the same technique, and instead of pushing towards him, I will secure his hand before I grab. And when I grab, I want to grab and pull his arm towards me, push his hand towards him, and just roll straight down and drop him straight down in front of me. So palm first comes up, push, turn. Up, push, turn at the same time. Bring him towards me. and lift up. One more time. Initially, it's here. After I go here, we follow through, push, and take him straight down. Initially the same. As I go here, I just re-grab and release my hand. Grab with both hands, step out, pull him towards me, which of course my knee is right there to ensure, and drop straight down. Bony part of the arm, as close as you can to the tricep tendon. Let's do that one last time. Cross. We'll do them all. 1, 2, 3. Side wrist grabs. We're going to do 3 inverted. This time, instead of thumb being towards the pinky, where we started earlier, thumb is towards thumb. Or thumb up, thumb versus thumb down, thumb versus pinky. So we have thumb up. Not common, but if it were to happen, it needs to be addressed. I'm going to do the same thing. I want to start with my elbow in, and I'm going to bring my thumb towards me, and I'm going to reach underneath in this fashion here. So I'm going to go towards him again with a slight step in, reach underneath. Then I'm going to do the same thing as we've done in previous days. To get myself the most torque, I'm going to reach across, grab my own wrist, and torque towards him. I will get more torque by doing this. Over. Now I'm going over the top, thumb down. After I get the grab secure, I will pull my hand out, grab tight. After I get this secure, I just pull tight, grab tight. I go here. Again, slowly so you can see. I come towards me. I have this secure. I'm going to come in a circular motion. Grab. Then I'm going to turn and re-grab from underneath. Straight down. Again, between us this time, reach thumb down. I can start, I'm breaking it down again because it's a learning process. You can combine any of these steps together. This can all be one step. So we go slowly. Once I have this, I re-grab, I come underneath, and I twist. Here's the twist. This, so I keep his elbow out from his body, and I twist down. Bring him down and continue the hold here. Third one. Again, one was this way, one was towards me. Now I'm going to reach over the top and release all the way across my body. So I'm coming over the top, releasing, reaching over, underneath, and locking. Bringing him straight across. Reach over, release completely, pull him all the way across my body. So here the punch out of the way, do the same thing with the other hand. Why I do not start with the front hand? The front punch is so fast, throw it. This hand's not going to have time to react. The hand that's closer to me will react, gives me more time. I parry, then I check, and I will grab that hand. And we'll start with our first wrist lock. Back hand, front hand. One more time, the punch comes in, punch, punch, then I'll grab. Again, punch. That's where my grab comes in. So slowly, 1, 2, then grab. Last time with this, 1, 2, then grab. I'll show you something. Give me resistance this way. I'm going to push that way. Don't let me push your hand that way. Keep your arm locked, though. Don't let me push your hand that way. Don't let me push your hand that way. So you're coming this way. Okay? Now, don't let me pin your hand to your hip. Don't let me pin your hand to your hip. Very hard to fight. He can fight this way up here. So I want to try always to bring the hand back towards here. So where I'm going is 1, 2, 3. That's how I can do this. If I try to go that way, it's never going to happen. It's going to come back this way. If I try to go this way. So what I'm attempting, brush, brush, pin to his body. Or this is the motion I'm going in. Very important. This is the most important part of all the techniques, because that's the only way I'll be able to keep my elbows in and start working my lock. Brush, brush, pin to his side, twist, reach underneath, and twist straight up. That's our first one. Brush, brush, pin towards him, start the twist, straight up. And I have this here totally controlled from this angle because he doesn't have strength. I can either keep it pinned there, or no matter how hard he tries, push it down, as opposed to from any other angle. So the first one more time, brush, trap, come towards him, spin outside of your body, towards the outside, reach underneath, meet back with both hands, and straight up. Keep this balanced here. Don't let it turn or turn any other way. Keep them here. And you have both hands torquing. Here's your torque. On the next one, he throws the punch, 1, 2. We're back to the same thing. I'm going to push in towards him. Check, give a slap to the inside of the elbow, and I'll just turn his hand up. Again, fight me turning your hand up. And my elbow is up, so if he throws the other hand, or if I decide to follow through with an elbow. So, 1, 2, here, here. And then we go back to the same thing. This hand meets here. I switch. I always keep control until the other hand gets there. I don't let go of anything that I already have. Straight down. There's your second technique. Third technique, again, from a punch. Pin the hand. Bring it back behind him and then back towards you. You're confusing them. As they're trying to regain their balance, you pull him. And now, whether his elbow is up, I just go straight up. If his elbow is locked, I go straight down. All I'm imagining is taking his hand and doing this with his hand. His hand needs to come across and lay flat. So if he's here, I'll just do this. If he's here, straight, bend it, I'll just go straight up. If he's locked, I'll just go straight down. So all I'm trying to do is flatten this to here, or on the other side, flatten it so that his hand is touching his arm. Next one from the punch. 1, 2. Bring it towards him. Once I get to here, I'm going to reach across, and I'm crossing my hands. 1, 2, pin. Reach across with my hands crossed. I'll turn it back and then down. Instead of out, I'm going to go straight down in front of him. So I'm reaching across to get this. And on the last one, we're going to come through here, punch, 1, 2. Swing his arm and continue the swing. 1, 2. Again, towards him. That's where he's lost everything, and then back up. So I'm coming from high to low, back up. And then I'm going to turn this here, walk behind him, and lock straight down. So I have to make sure I have the motion. I'm keeping this in continuous motion. Again, the punch comes in, and I come through, bring him in towards me. And that'll be your last one from your defense against punches. These techniques will conclude the curriculum for Purple Belt and also close the second tape of Huk Ju Sool Hapkido, the art of the Black Eagle.